Hey guys, I wanted to pop on here and do a quick little video for our Spring Into the Heart Center campaign, I guess you could say. We just had a wonderful, very well received sound healing and spirit communication event last Thursday, and everything really looks nice. I did one of these back in the tail end or beginning of winter, probably the beginning of winter, and I wanted to do one for spring. So I'm just going to kind of do a little look-see for you, look around. I'll talk to you a little bit about what's going on here. When you come in, this is a little place you can sit at. You'll see our dream banner. This is going to be replaced based on the different seasons. And I'm going to take you in here so that you can see what we've got going on. This, of course, is our fairy garden, indoor fairy garden space. And I'm going to show you the maker space as well, which is connected to the fairy garden. Over here is where you would basically sign in. And I'm asking for people to actually sign postcards, like put their information on a postcard, because that way I can send you some happy mail and we don't have to always rely on the internet and social media to get all of the information and the happenings and whereabouts of what's going on. And who knows, you might even get some fun little surprises in the mail as well. And I do want to show you that from the last time, maybe I know a couple of you have looked at this before and there were things on the ground. This has actually been deconstructed so that, and you'll see in a moment when I go to the makerspace, when people come here, they can actually take part of putting things in the fairy garden. So I'm going to have moss, I'm going to have various types of like little villages and little figurines, and I'll be showing you that shortly. Of course, there is our wonderful spiritual library, and over here is like the creative, crafty space, the maker space. And this has got some wonderful paints and markers, paint markers for outdoors. It's got paint brushes, coloring pencils. Over here is where you're going to start to see like the wand making station and some really fun stuff to make, again, like we've said before, fairy gardens, because it is the season for that good stuff. And over here is where this 3-tier fairy topiary, I guess you could say, is where you would take the pieces out and place them over near the fairy garden over here. So there's some fun little magic back here, but I'm not going to quite show you all of it. That's why it's kind of hiding. More to come. And then there's some wonderful games and puzzles in this little box. And this is our little space, the Heart Center. You can come over here and you can pull a card. I'm going to do that now. We had ancestors for our sound healing event, which makes complete sense with the whale. And I'll just pull the card and then I'll drop down the information. Ooh, I love it. It's the grid. Yeah, it's the grid. That's beautiful, that card, because it really means that we're all working to bring the pieces together for a wonderful, harmonious earth. The networking, pulling everything together, everything is connected. This woman has been working hard with many other light workers around the world to be able to connect the stars and the earth and the land guardians, and everything's connected with the grid. So if you want more information on that, I can drop the information down in the link. And we're going to keep on touring. Here's a singing bowl. This is like our media area. Nothing super spectacular, although we do have a projector and we have a couple great copiers that are kind of working, and of course we have the TV and the place where we listen to music. This is the nervous regulation seat, and what this basically means is you'll see some singing bowls in back of you, you'll see a little balancing ball kind of thing underneath you, and headphones, and this is where you'll sit and bring yourself back to center and ground, and there'll be instructions for that. Of course, we come up here, and here is our beloved candle prayer altar. This always gets so much action, and whether it's somebody coming up here to just light a candle for the sake of lighting a candle or for somebody else. And I now have a whole little area where you can kind of pick your candles. I'm actually even going to be putting some special talismans and totems up and around this altar so that all of our ancestors and all of the loved ones and guardians are also a part of hearing our prayers. This is the Holy of Holies, or what is kind of considered the crown, right? The front entrance area of the sanctuary. And it's closed now, but what I mean by closed is like you can come up here and you can sit and you can meditate. There's lots of pillows on the floor. This is where I also do sessions, whether it's coaching or spiritual healing or different sessions like that. You'll see our array of wonderful drums, and you can understand why we love our drums here, why we love our sound and our music. This is a sound chamber. So every time we are singing or we are playing some kind of tune or rhythm, these walls just reverberate and send it all out into the universe. You can see we also have a chakra. I guess you would call it like a chakra poster where it talks about the colors with the chakras and the sounds and the oils. It's one of my favorites, and I like to put it near the organ. The organ's now starting to get a lot more love than it used to. This is our plant station, our living plant station. This is going to be where we take cuttings and also give cuttings back, and you'll see some stuff coming in and out throughout the year and throughout the summer. Yes, this is, believe it or not, a still live and thriving green tree, pine tree from Christmas. We just can't seem to let it go because it's just so beautiful. And I'll take a little walk here so you can see this was the altar from our sound healing event. And the thing about the altar is I always like to put it in the middle of the sanctuary, which is kind of like the heart of the center. So we are literally at the heart center of the heart center, which is kind of neat. And then over here is our refreshment station with some goodies. Love is sweet. Please take a treat. Here's some joy for you. And then I'm going to do a little turnaround here. This is our cozy area where we have groups sitting. It's also where we consider the hive, because the hive is literally above, way up there in the bell tower. So yeah, I'll just do a quick, quiet turnaround so you can see what's happening. And remember, I can do coaching here, heart-centered guidance with the help of the sanctuary. So the different stations that are set up, they actually help the process and the coaching and the guidance, which is really, really special. And that about wraps it up. I am going to say that if you would like to send any type of donations, they are welcomed. I will totally put a link below. Your financial support helps keep the lights on and allows us to keep offering different community events and gatherings for donations and things like that at a very wonderful low entry fee or entry price. And who knows, maybe there could be some membership concepts and ideas in the future as well. But for right now, I'm signing off from the Heart Center, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week as we prepare ourselves for spring.